So I'm just gonna call you. Okay, good. Check my phone. Yeah. Okay. And then I will put that in my phone, and then I will text you his number. Okay. And then I can get a hold of the, they'll come early. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. No problem.
Masters needed my attention and time, so I didn't come with a search. I'm a slave to my cats.
It's up to you. Who you like to?
They all get sleep.
Okay. I do all.
They are still out. I don't know what a male cat is.
Words.
I thought it just come to me.
Carter. Did you win a gift card and then never got it in the mail? Because I have your name on this gift card. So I think this belongs. Are you sure? I'm sure it's one of those ones where we just did it online.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I had to mail them all out. And I kept saying,
You're right.
okay,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Happy New Year, you guys.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Just make sure one door is the only one. Okay. You made it.
Yeah.
I like it. Just be Disney now. That's cute. Happy New Year. Right. Spotlight that way and my computer. Okay. So there should be two spotlights. My computer and my iPad. Anybody on that? Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. I hope that you had a wonderful New Year's Eve and you were able to stay awake. I know I wasn't able to, but I did hear some loud activity outside of my house, so that woke me up. But I hope that you were safe and well this past New Year's Eve, and that you've had power I unfortunately lost power yesterday before I came to the service, and it's still off. So probably many of you are experiencing the same thing. However, I'm so grateful to be able to be with you this morning so that we can celebrate with our New Year's Day service. To begin, will you please join me in opening meditation followed by medicine? Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namada. Namada. Okay, so we'll continue the service with the Gatha Texture of Life verses 1 through 3, and this can be found on page 221. And this will be followed by our pledge, which will be found on the front cover of the service book. So if you could please stand for the Gatha and our pledge. Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gifts of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. So we'll continue the service with the chanting of Sambutsuge. Sambutsuge can be found on page 82, starting on page 82 in the service book. So we will now have an incoming president's message by Mrs. Candace Hayashi.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you all for joining us here today as we begin the new year. And I guess you figured out that you're stuck with me for another year. Please bear with me. Once again, I have to apologize for not being able to deliver my message yesterday. So I'm trying very hard not to be repetitious for those of you who didn't message that Candace so kindly read last night. So rather than looking back, let's look forward. Are you wondering what this year will bring? I know I am. Hopefully, we are all filled with optimism and looking forward to an exciting year of happiness and accomplishments in every realm. This pandemic that we've lived through these past 3 years has presented challenges none of us here have ever experienced. Fortunately, we're still here today, and our temple has survived. We were able able to function, but things looked and felt very different. And then we made it through the extreme closure of our temple. Though COVID is still very prevalent in the world, we are making attempts to resume our usual events, with tweaks here and there as we feel necessary. Our annual craft meet is resuming in just 2 weeks. And we're finally wishing Reverend Dr. Yoshi a happy retirement and Reverend Candace an official welcome. Temple life is getting back to some semblance of normalcy, and that we've identified that there are changes that need to be considered and implemented. We're confident that we're going to be okay as long as we can continue to work together to support the fundraising efforts of the Buddhist Church of Stockton and continue to attend services as we go forward. I'm optimistic. I hope you are as well. We would be remiss to assume that we can have everything returned to our pre-pandemic status, just as it was in 2019. Nothing ever stays the same. That we already know. We have lost members, family, and friends during the past few years, so changes are imminent, as they always are. That is precisely why we have boards and committees to be able to navigate such changes and to assess and put how to put the pieces together to determine if we have enough pieces left in our puzzle to make it work, if we have to figure out how to tweak it, or if we have to create something entirely new. In the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, thanks to impermanence, everything is possible. So as I look ahead, I probably should not be serving as president this year, so I ask for your understanding and forgiveness as I anticipate missing some services and may have to delegate some responsibilities when I conflict with the many personal obligations and commitments I have this year. As I mentioned in my last Karma article, I need to be selfish and to try my best to balance my life and create opportunities to practice wellness, as should all of you. I'll be sure to share more of these mental health topics in future Karma articles. May I please ask you for your continued support throughout the new year, and thank you to Reverend Candace, Nicole Corral, Ruby Carter, Tad Shibata, our Pomon Board of Trustees, Board of Directors, our selfless volunteers, and our entire Sangha. So remember, all together we are the Buddhist Church of Stockton, and I thank you so much. Happy 2023.
Thank you so much, Candy. And it was an honor for me to share your message last evening as well. And I think all of us can say that we don't feel like we're stuck with you for another year. It's just a joy to have you serve as our president once again. And of course, being able to work with you closely and being the leader that we need in our temple. So thank you so much for your selfless dedication. And at this time, I wanted to share my Dharma message, and I did it again. I was supposed to share my message and then have Candy speak. I did the same mistake that I did yesterday. I must need to go back to the doctor to check my eyes. And luckily, we have an aspiring optometrist returning. So it's wonderful to see so many of you returning to the temple, as this has been a tradition in your family as well. And so we definitely love seeing those familiar faces from the past. And before I begin, I wanted to see if maybe my new technology will help. So this is going to be the opening to my Dharma message. It's a little bit quiet, but hopefully you can get the feeling. And Reverend Fujimoto, Ken Fujimoto, as he was our Bodhi Day speaker, referenced this song as well. So just take a moment to listen with me as well. So many of you know this song, I'm sure. And so it's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. And so this, I think, was very fitting as I was getting ready in the dark, considering that I was out of power. But I did reference the rain and the storm. And last night, talking about, as Candy had mentioned too, some of the turbulent kind of experiences that we've had within the last few years. And of course, for those of you especially who have lost a loved one during this past year. And knowing that for many of you who had to have funeral services conducted for your loved ones, this was a special opportunity to wait to conduct these services at the temple. And I think it just goes to show how much this temple means to all of you. And I think as so fittingly that the sun came out, and it was a very turbulent night last night between the rain and the flooding and all of the different trees falling down, which I actually, while I was driving down Hammer, saw a tree fall on a car right in front of me. And so I had to stop and skid really quickly. Luckily, she was okay, but I think it really shook both of us up. So I think it just, again, wasn't the way that we necessarily wanted to end the year. And hopefully it wasn't premising what was going to be happening in 2023. But I think this beautiful day, although maybe a little windy, it's nice and sunny. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful way to bring in this new year. And I hope that with this change of weather, although it might be changing throughout the week, it's very symbolic of our lives, as Buddhists especially, to be able to acknowledge these turbulent times in our lives, this turbulent time in the weather, but also realize the clear sunshine that is always guiding us, which is Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion and unconditional love, but also again, all of the Buddhas of the 10 directions, which include our loved ones and our past members, our friends in the Dharma who have passed away. They're guiding our lives and continuing to do that, allowing us to open our eyes to this beautiful life that we do have, and this one and only life that we do have. And so, as Candy so eloquently talked about too, is this idea of mental health. And I shouldn't say idea, this very, very important aspect of our lives of taking care of our mental health. But realizing again that we do have these turbulent times, and it's okay. And I think for all of us to be able to see clearly, to be able to see the positives in our life, the family and friends who support us, the Dharma that supports us as well. And how many of you, I was thinking about this as well, how many of you make New Year's resolutions? So a few of you, okay, a few of you. So I used to, and I think I might have mentioned this before, every year, oh, I want to be skinny, I want to lose weight so I can feel better about myself. And for those of you who have known me and grew up at this temple, this body has been this body for 44 years. So, it's taken some time to love this body that I have, but also to understand that it's not about being skinny to make me feel more confident, but it's about being healthy so I can live this one and only life that I have. So I try not to make a New Year's resolution about that, but just taking a little bit better control of my health to prevent diseases and that run in my family and those types of things. And so it is about being healthy. However, what I wanted to do was when I was reading our pledge, I think this is a beautiful, maybe not New Year's resolution, but something again to truly reflect upon this new year of our pledge, walking this Buddhist life in our everyday lives, and even the simple things in this year of being able to, again, share a warm smile and speak gentle words, like the kind of Buddha. And acknowledging, again, this greed and anger and ignorance that we have as human beings, but also being very open-minded to go beyond our own perspective, to be able to look and see what it's like to possibly live in another person's shoes, to be kind and peaceful, like the Buddha. And of course, too, sharing not only in the joy, but also supporting others in sadness and in times of grief. And this last bit is something to really just summarize some of my feelings that I've even shared about my own personal life, realizing the gift of life I have received, and to strive to live each day to its fullest. Like the Buddha, who tirelessly works to liberate all of us from our suffering. So again, to strive each day to live life to its fullest. And with all of this going on, and as again, Candy had mentioned, maybe some of the uncertainty that we may feel in this coming year, just know that there are going to be beautiful, bright, sun-shining days where we can see clearly. We can see our life more clearly without, again, some of the troubles that we might experience. But always know that this temple community is here to support and encourage you as well. And again, I just love being a part of this family, which has been a family for my whole life. And so it's an honor for me to be able to be with you for another year, and of course to see you in person as well. So again, please remember that we're always here for you. Have a wonderful 2023, and I wish you all the best. To conclude my message, please join me in question. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Okay, so please rise if you are able to do so for the singing of the Gatha Ondok San number 2, and this can be found on page 197. Please be seated. Okay, so this will be the conclusion of today's service. And again, I do want to thank you for taking time again out of your busy schedules, I'm sure, as you prepare to welcome the new year, probably with your friends and your family. And before we conclude, I just wanted to share just a few announcements. So remember that we do have our crowd meet on January 14th. And we're limiting this to 350 people. The cost is $70 per person and $35 for ages 10 years of age and under. And if you have a group of 8 or over, you may reserve your seating. And please contact the church office for more information and for your reservations. And we're also seeking volunteers to help during this event. And please contact Arlene Bagshaw if you would like to help. We're also looking for donations, your kind donations for the raffle. Please contact Sachi Yanokita or Candy Harashi if you would be willing to donate a raffle prize. We will be having our Honko service on January 22nd at 10 a.m. And followed by our annual New Year's party, we will have, in conjunction, a belated retirement for Reverend Mokioki and a welcome for Reverend Shibata. Thank you. Invitations with more information were in the karma, but if you have any questions, please let us know. And we ask for your very best potluck dish, to which we will supplement some dishes from the temple. And if you have a talent that you would like to share during the party, please contact Arlene Bagshaw as soon as possible. Sunday, February 5th is the Young Adult Buddhist Association's famous baked potato sale, and it's still only $8. And please see the Karma for details. If you have any questions, please let us know. The Sangha Club are middle schoolers. They're continuing their collection of aluminum cans and recyclable plastic bottles. And of course, you can bring all of your donations to the carport where the white bins are. And this really helps to keep our bottles and cans out of landfills. And of course, to be able to support our youth group, the Sangha Club, which I heard that this is their one and only fundraising activity, and they do really well because of your support. Are there any other announcements or anything else?
Shotsky next week, right?
Shotsky. Yes, thank you. So we will also have our regular service followed by Shotsky on Sunday the 8th. So we'll resume for our 10 a.m. service followed by the Shotsky service at 10:30. Okay. Anything else? No? Okay. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for your kind attendance. And if you didn't have an opportunity to do so yet, you may please come forward to offer incense. And then, of course, if you didn't have an opportunity to ring the Bonsho, my dad opened it today, so you can go ring it after you offer incense. Okay, so thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful time celebrating today. Please continue to be safe and well, and hopefully we'll see you in the new year at some of our services too. Thank you, everybody.
Right.